your sound is all over the place. My sound is like crystal clear.
You're welcome. Takes a lot of work.
No shit. I've got your lighting's great. My sound is brilliant. You know what I'm saying?
So I must say, Chris, welcome. It's another weekly dose.
Rob,
Friday night.
Is that you starting out?
Yes, we're starting.
Oh, I thought.
And I do have to say, Chris,
Yes.
I'm going to take off my wet boots to dry off my wet socks here while we're talking, because I've been out in the fields and I'm a little wind blown and it's a little, it's been one of those days.
You're so yesteryear, Rob.
I have to say that if you're watching us on YouTube, if you need to go out and walk the dog or drive in the car or something like that, please go to Apple iTunes and download the podcast there, because it sounds magnificent.
Oh.
It sounds so good.
What, compared to what? The YouTube thing?
Compared to everybody else's.
Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. No, I understand completely. I agree.
Yep. It really does. It sounds good. I mean, we're not the biggest. Hold on, I got to find a bottle of wine here.
You're fucking.
Sorry, a bottle of grape juice.
You're shameful, Rob.
But it does sound much better than a lot of the other ones. I mean, we don't have I'm in my home office here, which is a disaster. We don't have the highest production value, but we try.
It's not. You know what? I'm going to say.
Definitely try.
I'm going to say this to you. It's not about production value. You know, it's about honesty and
information
and
quality information.
But listen, you're missing something. Listen. I was chatting to a class the other day, and I said something that surprised myself, because I don't often say something that's pertinent and caring and kind. But I remember whenever I was in university, I used to think to myself, students don't get the part they play in a room. Okay, everyone's there, for whatever reason, to gather information or whatever. But students don't get the bit that they play in a room. So the happy student that comes in, the sullen student, the work hard student, the student who cares about other students. Do you know all that sort of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What we have is a caring relationship, not just for each other, Rob. Now, I know you'll never ever admit to this. I care about you. What do you mean? Really? You're saying I don't care about you? No, I don't. Absolutely. I don't mean you don't. Rob, that's taking me by surprise. Don't make me cry.
Right, I care that you were 5 minutes late tonight.
Rob,
I care.
Rob,
I always care.
Let me just tell you something. Care. You know I'm a weeper. I'm a man who wears my heart on my sleeve, and that's probably made me Christmas, if I'm being honest with you. But what I'm saying is, what this is, you're right, it's not, the production values aren't high, but there's values in there that are exceptionally high. And whenever people cotton onto that in the year 2045, you and I are going to be dug up, put in mantelpieces in some sort of, I don't know what photography about that point, but we'll be put on the mantelpiece along with... And knighted? Yeah. I think at that point it won't be Ansel Adams, it'll have mixed Ansel Adams and Crewston. It'll be Ansel Crewston. There'll be something strange going on, and you and I'll be there as Rob Barr. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's a pretty weird thought, isn't it?
Yes.
Good.
So, Chris, I have to say something.
Good.
So,
go.
On our last weekly dose, we had a debate. A debate that needs to be settled here, because there was quite an online debate going on about this.
Tidbits and tidbits.
Correct.
Yes.
And a tidbit is information or data. And a titbit is food.
Okay. You tell all the people who supported me that, and keep on telling them.
And a timbit is a Canadian center of a donut.
That 3 people know about. Do you know what, Rob? I'm going to say something.
35 million people know about, because they're all Canadians.
I have representation in Canada by Luna. Luna's my representation in Canada, and she's going to keep me right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, just watch out.
But listen to this here. Well, maybe we should stab you in the back. No, she's not going to stab me in the back. She's not going to stab me in the back. Even
if she's Canadian, she knows what a timbit is.
No, of course she probably does, but she also knows. But what I should say is, we should maybe call it a tidtit, and that way you and I are on an equal.
A tid.
Yeah, let's make a new. Let's make. My wife always makes up new words, and the last one was hecticity, and I thought that was.
Was a lot of electricity.
Hecticity. It's kind of something that's kind of just like. It's
hectic.
It's hectic.
A hectic power field.
It's just going. You're just going. You know what I mean? Do you know what, Rob?
Good one.
Rob, I'm trying to get sensible people to listen to this. I'm always, today. I'll talk about today or later on, but I'm trying to get sensible people talking to this, and I'm sure if I should always say to people, if you could just skip past the first 5 minutes and then listen just to me, maybe not so much to you, you'll get a sense of it. You'll get a sense of the whole thing. If they listen to the first 5 minutes, they'll turn off instantly. They'll be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, this isn't a."
So let's just put this to rest. Tidbit is information. Titbit is food.
That's what I like.
Last week we were talking about information, and unfortunately I was correct. You, however, had a great point, and you brought up a new word to me.
Yeah.
I did not know the word titbit, but kudos to you.
Rob.
But unfortunately, it was a tidbit situation.
Have you been talking to Olivia about this? Let's not talk about anything photographic. Let's just argue about how wrong and right we are.
No, nobody's wrong or right. It was just it's just a saying, a colloquialism.
And I've got a reading age of 11, Rob, and I have shamed you. I have shamed you in front of the nation with a big word. You fool.
What word? Titbit?
Colloquialism. And titbit.
How often does colloquialism ever come up in your conversations?
Actually, loads of times. I almost get stabbed in a bar in Ballycastle by a traveller because I said what he was saying was a colloquialism, and he said I should stop using big words, and they were just a knife. Anyway, how fun is photography?
Photography's fun this week, Chris.
We're 11 minutes in, and we haven't talked about anything to do with photography apart from tidbits and Tim's bit.
Well, Chris, I have to say, it's been a very light week again.
Not for me, Rob.
Not for you.
Today I had the best day I've had since my masters. What do you think of that there?
Wow.
With regards to inspiration and loads of other stuff. And you know what? I kept a poker face.
Great.
I kept a poker face, I think. I wrote loads of stuff down, and now I feel energized. What do you think of that there?
That's great.
And I only have one.
Glad you're energized.
I only have one story this week.
And what's that? Okay, maybe I should go first.
You should go first.
I'll go first. I have 3 short, goofy stories. What should I start with? Something that you'd like.
Oh.
Sony has filed 2 patents in the United States in respects to Wi-Fi.
Oh.
So they've got 2 camera bodies coming to the United States, and the patents have already been filed, and the rumors are abounding.
Rife, Rob. Rife's the word you're looking for.
Abounding, rife, whatever.
This is, you know what's going to happen? This is going to turn into an English language podcast, and nobody's going to watch it.
They're going to be teaching this in like high schools. Kids are going to be watching this going, "Oh my God, did you hear what he said?"
Look at the man with the red face saying rife.
It's either going to be, well, this is what the rumor is.
Yeah.
It's going to be the new A9 III.
No.
Yeah, or the A7 IV.
Oh fuck. It's too.
So get ready, guys.
I know it's too quick, Rob. This
2021.
You know I don't care about tech, but this is all too quick for my liking. Because what happens is my wee A9, it starts to feel antique, which is probably what it is now. Isn't that what Apple called it?
Well, I've got an A7 III. That's what, going on 4 years.
Well, I made a commitment to myself today, and it was just, you know what, I don't care anymore about the tech.
It's cool. They're like, unless it's a big leapfrog like the M1 chip was for Apple.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I'll keep plugging away with these cameras.
Until they can't do what they can do.
And did we talk about Sony service last week? Did I mention about my
He didn't. Oh, he did.
incidences?
In private you did, whenever you were hugging and stuff, but you didn't mention it online.
Well, maybe I should talk about this while we're on this subject, and I'll cut out one of my other stories because of that. So, Sony Professional Support has a deal right now where if you're part of their Sony support system, the Pro Support system, you can send in 2 bodies and 2 lenses. They pay for the courier to and from. They give you a loaner, and they check and overhaul your 2 cameras and your 2 lenses.
Nice.
So I sent in all my stuff. Well, not all my stuff. I sent in my A7 III and my A7R III, and I sent in my 24 to 105 and my 12 to 24.
24.
Yep. And everything went well. Everything went great. No problems. But I got back to 24 to 105, and it was a little soft.
But not.
So I sent it back.
But not where we would expect it to be soft, Rob.
It was soft in a 1/3, like in the top 1/3 when I was shooting vertically for some reason. We tested it. We ran it back and forth. I sent it back to Sony, and after about 3 weeks, I'm sorry, maybe 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They came back and they said that they replaced a sensor inside the lens, they recalibrated it and everything, and now it is perfect.
Is it?
And I have to say, yeah, it's perfectly sharp. Tested it, looks great. I have to say the Sony service is above and beyond anything I've ever had before. It is superb.
You sound like you're talking about a friend in 1983, Rob, sitting in the bonnet of your car, if I'm being honest with you. I don't want to over-masculinize the whole thing, but you sound pretty enthused.
So, geez, if you ever have the chance to buy a Sony and you're using it professionally, I would definitely buy 2 bodies and 2 pro lenses. Two pro lenses.
There's been a pandemic. I can't afford to heat my house.
You have a new kitchen.
Yeah, because I've swapped a new kitchen for a job.
Okay.
I ran out of oil today.
You need some oil?
Oh, well, yeah, we're getting oil delivered tomorrow, but Leah's been at me for since I wasn't. She wanted whenever I wasn't well with Rona, right? Leah was coming up and saying, "Would you come down and stick a bamboo stick into the oil to see how much we have?" Right? And I was like, I was hallucinating. Right? If I stick a bamboo stick into the oil tank, God knows what I think I'm doing, right?
What's going to come out?
What's going to come out? I said, no, I won't make sense of it. Today the oil ran out. Major problem, Rob.
Yes, you're a bad boy.
No, but let me tell you this.
Boy.
Let me tell you this here. I'm going to tell you my story, right? And I'm going to say this.
Okay. What's your
But
story?
listen to this here. The reason why I wasn't so upset, right, is because I come downstairs with a different mood than I have done for, I would say, a long time. Not a long time. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what happened, Rob. Okay. Now I'm poor at you know how bad I am at names, don't you? But today something special happened, Rob.
What's that?
Today I was talking to an Armenian, a lady with an Armenian name. She's probably Armenian. Okay. You know what that means? Armenian names are pronounced as they look. It's a dyslexic dream. I was speaking to Shwar Mavlian from Photoworks. And I was really concerned, Rob, because I've never done a Zoom introduction. Right? We're doing stuff with the Future in Belfast Exposed, so I had to do. I was in a place of importance, which I was a caretaker. I'm not a guy who deals with importance very often. Names bug, you know how it is. I always have to go in and I have to try and pronounce stuff, right? So I said, because he told me how to pronounce your name. It was as it is. It's just
Wow.
It's easy, okay?
Great.
What did I do? I was still nervous with the introduction, didn't do it properly.
Uh-oh.
I know. Well, I wouldn't say it was terrible. It was terrible. But what came out of that? Can I just say this was an hour and a bit's talk about Photoworks, and this is what my whole thing today is about. Do you know how I favour Photoworks? You know how I talk about stuff.
Yes.
But it's always very light. Do you know why? Because I haven't the confidence or the ability to delve into stuff. Okay, as much as I'd like to. In my head, I can do it, but I can't verbalise it. So what I'm going to do now, this is very simple, okay? I'm going to do 3 things. This is my 3 stories, okay? Number 1 is I want people to go into Photoworks and I want to go into the About page, okay? Just go into the About page and just read about the About, mission, vision, values, team, trustees, the real living wage, okay? Freelance staff, volunteering and placement, and artist fees. And I'm not going to say more than that. Just go in and read that and tell me if you don't come out thinking that the world is a good place, that there are people out there who have values and commitments to the artist which are good and proper. Okay, cool. That wasn't something we talked about today. Okay, that was something that I know about. Okay, the second thing, and I'll do this really quickly because I know you have other things, are the oh no, support. Okay, I did something tonight, Rob, that I've been intending to do for a long time, and that is I became a Photoworks friend. Okay, and
what's that entail?
Listen. Do you know whenever we did the talk about the festival in the box? Remember me talking about the festival in the box at Photoworks?
Yep.
And I didn't get it. I got it, but I didn't get it. Today, Schweier was talking about at length what it was about and how important it was with regards to an alternative exhibition space and everything else. And there was a moment where the penny dropped for me whenever I realised that actually I got exactly what it was. I got exactly how important it was. She talked about at length about the artists who were involved and everything else. Now, there's been a pandemic. I haven't made loads of money, but today I became a member. Now it's 35 quid. That's probably not very much to a lot of people. It's a lot to me at the minute. And what you get is you get the festival in the box, which I can't fucking wait for. That is my Christmas. I'm not even joking you. It's my Christmas. After we were talking about it, it's my Christmas. You remember I talked about
your Christmas gift to Patrick?
No, it's just to me.
Give it to Patrick.
No, well, why? You know what?
Knock one off the list, dude. Knock one off the list. Give it to Patrick. When he goes, "What is this, Dad?"
With our new.
You go, "Oh, if you don't like it, I'll take it."
Yeah, good stuff. Actually, I like it. I like your thoughts. I'm gonna put. I have a big space downstairs. I've been thinking about whenever I get enough cash, I'm gonna buy a nice piece of work. I'm gonna put it in the wall. And today I had a really, just whenever we were talking, it was a beautiful moment where I thought I'm gonna become a member. I'm gonna get the festival in the box, and I'm gonna fill that space with with the artists from the festival in the box. I'm painting it tomorrow. It's a big white space, and I am really looking forward to being a curator. Really looking forward to doing it, really looking forward to taking photographs of it, really looking forward to sharing it, really looking forward to all the things that you do alongside it. So there you go. What do you think? Did I sound enthused, Rob?
That's great, dude.
Man, it was just...
I mean, we talked about it, what, 4 or 5 weeks
Do you know what?
ago,
You know the mistake I made? I told Schweier that you and I did a podcast, and as soon as it was out of my mouth, I was like, oh, fuck it. What I've said is actually shit. What I've said is not, because she's so erudite, and you know the way she.
Well, don't worry, she's listening to this one now, so.
No, I doubt she will. But she was so.
Oh yeah.
She was so erudite. She was so engaged. The way she was talking about stuff, and do you know what?
Actually, I can hear her.
If you go on,
I hear her right there, listeing right now.
If you go on and see if you go on and look at the Photoworks page and see what the crack is, you know what? It's just like I told her I really supported everything, but I can't say after the talk Now, the talk wasn't to me. The talk was to guys from BX. But I did say that I was going to get more out of it than anybody else. Kind of, a bit tongue in cheek. Christ Almighty, it was just genius. So there you go, Rob. I'm not going to go on anymore.
Oh, it's okay.
It's 24 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
We're only 20 minutes. We're only 20 minutes.
Oh, are we? Yes. Oh, yes, because I rang you.
Yes.
We had 5 minutes of flirting beforehand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know too. Go tell me your next story. I know what your next story is about.
What?
Amstrad are coming back, and they've opened Amstrad. Do you know that?
The computer company?
Yes. Or Spectrum have come back,
and they've bought M1 chips from Apple, and they're going to become competitive.
They're doing the whole thing.
That's great. Amstrad.
Spectrum.
I think Olivia had an Amstrad when she was a kid.
I would say she did. Olivia's lovely.
She is lovely.
She is.
Very
Now you're talking a different lovely than I am. I'm talking lovely as in saving dogs' lives. You're talking a very different lovely than me. Because you can.
Because I got a smile on my face right now.
I can't tell, Rob. Are you drinking wine or tequila?
Wine.
Rob, let's put a thing up online. If people want us to do this without drinking, because we're not like overly hammered, but it is nice.
No,
it's
nice
a
Friday
it's nice to be tiddly. But should we do
nice
it? Should we do it in the studio completely without
stone sober?
Jeez, I would just take drugs. I'm being honest with you. I couldn't.
Stone sober in the studio, in the big, nice white studio, or do we do it at home?
Slightly
tipsy, enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
Speaking the honest truth. Not that we don't speak the honest truth in the studio, but
my room is as cold as your studio right now.
Yeah, my room, my office here is probably
27 degrees.
98 degrees.
What's that? And what's that in Northern Irish terms?
Degrees. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Oh, she doesn't like WhatsApp.
Please God. Please God, Schwar,
it's
don't
got
be
to be
watching.
close to like 30, 37 degrees. Or
No
something.
way.
Yeah, it's sweltering.
It's
absolutely sweltering. There's a Jack Russell down here, right down there, who's actually going.
You're a fucker rubbing it into the cold, man.
No, it's because I've got like 10 raids going.
Well, do you know what I have?
Time.
I've one peat fire going on downstairs. Upstairs, I've got 5 granny blankets from dead grannies in my bed.
Well, we also have gas out the back. So, sorry, I don't mean it that way. I mean, we have gas cylinders in the back of the house.
Too late, Rob. Too late. People already think you're 40, which makes me cool in anybody's language.
I think propane is great, personally. I'm overly tired.
I'm being silent.
Okay, so you know that monolith in Utah?
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yep.
So it was removed.
Why?
It has disappeared. Well, first, whatever the BLM or park services or whatever said that art installations are not allowed on public land like that without prior consent and all that kind of stuff. So basically, 4 vigilantes came in, knocked the thing over, basically carried the thing out of the park, and they made a statement about using public lands for art projects.
Who did? Who made this statement?
The guys that removed
the vigilantes.
Yeah.
Could we call in dicks, Rob?
I don't know. I tend to agree with them.
No.
Because
really?
Yes.
Why?
Dude, if you've ever been to Utah and you've walked the canyons and you've gone through those areas, it doesn't need a steel monolith standing there. Like, no, I don't want that there. I want nature. I want beauty. I don't want any of that man-made stuff.
Really?
Yes, it's bad enough that there's people camping and there's people with trucks and 4x4s, and
Rob,
but to have something that's actually permanently mounted and fixed in place.
how tall was it?
By the video, it looked like it was maybe like 7 feet tall.
Ah, for fuck's sake, Rob. I thought you were going to
What?
say it was 25 meters tall. 7 feet
I mean,
tall.
like, why do that?
Because
Like, if you want to do something like that, why don't you do it on Wall Street? Like, set it up on Wall Street or set it up on Sunset Boulevard in L.A. You know, all it was like whatever, stainless steel, you know, screwed into the ground. It wasn't like some, like, you know, 2001 monolith that's actually
you
like
see,
substantial.
you see, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever you say monolith, I'm always seeing monkeys holding sticks, beating things, and it makes me feel romantic. I'm not.
You feel romantic, Chris.
I'm not adverse to a 7 foot steel monolith, if I'm being honest. But Rob, this is why this is so good. That you and I can feel so different about things, but yet get on so well.
You know what? I love public art. Absolutely, 1000%. I love public art, as long as it is, you know, sanctioned by whoever's property that you're putting it on.
Rob,
Like, don't
Rob.
just like throw something up.
Rob, I'm gonna have to.
What?
I fucking ever reminded you my favorite band is Crass. No, stick things in the ground. Have people remove them and carry them away.
People are going to remove them.
Yes.
So then you agree to this then.
Love it. I love a bit of tidbit information about monoliths, Rob, if I'm being honest with you.
Tidbit. You're not eating what I'm telling you.
I am.
You're not eating.
I am.
You're not eating it. It's tidbit.
Rob, there are people who listen, there's people who love, and there are people who learn. And I'm a person who, whatever. I'm going to talk about, can I say one more thing if we get time?
Yeah, you got a minute and a half.
A minute and a half, okay. I'm going to go to the, I've went to the wrong place.
You got 1 minute.
Oh shit, I'm a stick. Don't force me to be quick with my simpleton head.
50 seconds.
No, are you serious? Oh fuck, now I'm panicking.
45.
No, don't, Rob. Don't.
40.
Oh, Christ almighty. I'm not going to get to it in time because I'm crazy. Essentially, okay, go to the shop and Photoworks and fucking support something fucking worthwhile. I shouldn't curse because maybe some of the people are Christian.
No, you shouldn't curse because you're demonetizing all our YouTube.
I don't care about fucking money. You want a monolith. I want a megalith.
I don't want money. I don't want a monolith.
Okay, go and buy something for Christmas. My personal buy would be, I know I'm going to get this wrong, Ioanna Sakellaraki.
Cool.
£120. Go and buy it. There you go. That's my top tip. You know why? Because it's beautiful. Are we over, Rob?
You got about 20 seconds left.
Rob, I love you.
You're the best. You keep telling me.
I do love you. I genuinely fucking love you. I love you.
Chris.
You're an educationalist.
Chris.
What?
You know how I feel about you.
Yeah, full of tidbits.
What? No. I truly.
You're waiting. You're waiting.
Love.
You know it's over, Rob, don't you? You know it's gone. You know we're finished. You fucker.
Pizza.
You fucker. We're so male, Rob. Grace and Perry wouldn't be doing this. Are we over?
We've got another minute.
No!